Hi, I'm Raya. This is a reading for Cancer. Any placement that you feel called: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're gonna do a release and receive. So, what you might want to release, what you should release that you're holding on to and you shouldn't be, and what you will receive if you do that. So yeah, we're gonna start with the archetype deck to get your first card. What should Cancer release? An eighth of the deck. Oh, the Village. The words that popped into my head when I saw that card were, you need to release taking care of everybody. It is not your job to take care of the whole village by yourself. All right, what will Cancer receive if they let go of trying to save the entire village before they save themselves? That's too many. I'll take like two. I'm not going to take a big chunk when it pops out like that. What will Cancer receive if they let go of if they release trying to care for the whole village? The Storm. Oh boy. Let me check out the book for these cards. Let's see what I get, and then I'll glance at the book and see what else comes out. I feel like if you do that, it's going to shake things up. But sometimes things need to be shaken up. Let's see what the book says. We're going to start with the Village. This may also be about your family. Perhaps your family's needs a lot of care. Maybe you're the one that everyone kind of relies on to take care of everything. You might also need to leave home. And I don't say, if you're content in your home life, of course, I'm not suggesting you leave. But if things are overly difficult, or if you're burdening too much or not being treated well, it might be time to explore what else is out there. It might be time to, and I'm gonna pull out some more cards so we'll get some more clarification on that. Or there might be a friend group or something you've kind of been around. This is something to do with other people you're involved in or with, like a group of people, maybe a friend group, maybe a family. It's a general reading, so it could be different for each and every one of you, but it definitely talks about how you need to consider what your place is in that group and if you're happy in that place. The Storm. Chaos, whirlwind, disorder. Meaningful obliteration. I really think and again, I'm going to pull out more cards momentarily, but I think what I'm getting from this is like, you may need to make the hard, difficult decision of leaving something behind, leaving a group, a family. And this doesn't mean necessarily like leaving behind forever. It could just be it could mean moving out on your own, or it could be something more serious. If you're in an unhappy relationship, perhaps ending it. But it is going to bring change. This very much reminds me of the Tower card. Change. It's going to bring difficult moments. It's going to bring a chaotic energy. But that doesn't mean what's on the other side of that energy is going to be bad. There's always going to be chaotic energy. And sometimes if you stay in something you're not supposed to be in, eventually it becomes chaotic and you're forced out of that situation. Let's see what other cards come out. Because these are difficult energies. Alright, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Let's see what cards come out. Shuffle one more time. I always pre-shuffle, but then sometimes I feel called to shuffle again. What does Cancer need to release? The Four of Cups and the Five of Swords. Okay. I feel like you might feel disappointed in a situation, and it looks like you might be being given another opportunity, but you don't want to look at it because you don't necessarily want to leave where you're comfortable. So you might be comfortable in this situation. In a way, it might be, sometimes we get comfortable in what's familiar, what we're used to. Change is difficult and uncomfortable. Like you can be sad and disappointed and maybe even like just kind of melancholy and miserable in a situation, but you don't want to look at another situation. Maybe you're afraid of hurting someone's feelings with the Five of Swords here. Maybe you're afraid of conflict if you say what you want. Let's see what's gonna... Ultimately, what I'm really feeling here, I've kind of skirted around it because I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but you're in an unhappy situation, a situation where you feel unhappy, but other people might be content in. And you need to walk away from it. You need to take that leap into the unknown to make your own path, but it will cause some conflict because the people who rely on you or the people who use you, take advantage of you, they don't want you to be aware of that. They don't want you to buck against that, because then who are they going to take advantage of? Okay, let's get some clarification for the storm. What's Cancer going to be receiving if they let go of this? So the Three of Pentacles and the Hermit. It feels like you're going to be receiving like an inner peace. Like there's no peace here. You're going to be receiving an inner peace, but also like healthy collaboration. You're not going to be doing all the work. You're not going to be the one who everyone goes to. You're going to be collaborating with other people. You're going to be working with them in an equal way. In a way that, and maybe not equal exactly, but in a way that each person is nourished and satisfied. Sometimes you have strengths that other people don't have and vice versa. And that's why teamwork is so important. Like, but this is healthy teamwork. This isn't everybody draining your cup while you just kind of sit here unable to do anything about it. This is everyone working together to create something beautiful. And that's going to give you inner peace. Let's see. I'm going to do one more row, preferably with 3 cards each, but we'll see what comes out. What else does Cancer need to release, or what advice do you have for Cancer? I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards out as well, and then we can talk about it. What will Cancer receive if they release? What will Cancer receive? The 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. A very supportive and celebratory energy. This may only be for some of you, but I'm really getting something about parents here with the King of Pentacles and the Empress. I just need to... The message I'm getting is that your parents might have an ideal set for you. And again, this is general. If this part doesn't resonate, it could be a boss you might work for, family, I don't know, but it feels like your parents have had a path planned for you, and that might not be the path that you want to go down. And, you know, it might be time to tell them, like, hey, I have to go my own way. And you can have the conversation in a healthy way. It doesn't have to be like, I'm leaving, or contentious. You can just say, hey, I want to talk to you. Like, these are the goals that I have in life, and this is what I would like to do with my life. And I'm not, like, if you rely on your parents for support, I'm definitely not suggesting you do anything that would jeopardize that. But I think you need to make some movements towards what you want in life and not what serves everybody else. And what you'll receive if you do that is a new beginning. You'll be able to plant yourself, root yourself down. I don't know if there's imagery in this card of her, like, roots growing down her foot and planting her into the ground. You'll be able to plant yourself where you want to be. And when you do that, you'll feel freer. Like, it might hurt. It might cause some trouble. It might be difficult. But it's like with the Ten of Swords here, it's going to lead you to freedom. Like, all of these, in this deck, the swords are represented by crows, and all of the crows are just flying away. And she's standing here free. No swords are in her back, which is the typical depiction of the Ten of Swords. They're released. And you're going to feel, with the Strength card ending this reading, you're going to feel strong. You're going to feel powerful. You're going to feel like you're following your heart. You're going to be confident and compassionate and know how to balance all sides of yourself. Gentle and caring, but also ferocious if you need to be. That's all I have for you today, Cancer. I'm being called to clarify the storm. Sorry. It was there, and then I kind of forced it away, but I'm going to do it. Just have one card to clarify the storm card. It's a big scary card, and I don't feel comfortable leaving you with like, do this, but it's going to cause a lot of chaos. It'll eventually lead to go like, what's this chaos going to be? What's this storm going to be? Oh, that's way too many. That's like 6 cards. I'll take 2 cards maximum. Split the deck and pull 2 cards. The Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands. I think if you release this, you're going to get you're going to get clarity on something, but it might be something you weren't expecting to hear. Something that someone might react in a way that you don't expect. And because you've like kind of planned for a certain reaction, and then when you get this reaction you don't expect, it throws you for a loop. It feels chaotic. You don't understand it. They're reacting in a way that is maybe contrary to how they normally behave. But for whatever reason, that's going to motivate you a lot to move forward. It's going to make you ready to run towards your goals. And then I'm feeling like if this is a good or bad reaction, because it is a general, perhaps you might expect, if it's your parents or your boss, to like react very poorly to what you say, and they end up being very accepting and very on board with what you have to say. And it might go the other way around, where you're expecting someone to be understanding and they just aren't at all. But either way, it's going to lead you to wanting to move forward towards your goals, towards what you want. Okay, Cancer, that's actually what I have for you today. I hope this helps.